Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are talking something super important, which is the grand scheme of life. Milestones, cycles, phases, we all go through them. You've all heard of the terrible twos, teenage rebel years, second childhood, midlife crisis. Out of all these, it's probably the midlife crisis that is the most well known and passed on from generation to generation as some sort of form of popular wisdom. But in the grand scheme of things and in the grand scheme of life, how can we better cope with these turning points? How can we predict these milestones? When are they coming? Do they arrive at a precise time? And how can we be better prepared for them? And what are they trying to teach us after all? Because everything is a lesson, everything is a stepping stone. It's all part of the phase one, phase two. It's all part of the lessons that we need to learn in this lifetime. Now, astrology has a way of helping us predict these milestones and helping us time more than predict when we are going to arrive at them. Now, the way you do that is not through transits, because most people say, oh, let's just look at the transits and let's see what's coming up and let's see what events there are in store for you in the next month, in the next year, and all that. But milestones are concerned with phases and cycles in life. Therefore, they last for longer than regular and day-to-day transits can predict. There are, however, 5 planets that we look at, the so-called teachers and tricksters, according to Stephen Forrest, that when they form a relationship with their precise position in your chart at the time when you were born, they are still transiting in the sky, so they are going to form sextiles, squares, oppositions with your natal Saturn, with your natal Neptune. Now, I'm already giving a lot away. So the 5 planets that we are going to be looking at are the following: Jupiter, Saturn, Neptune, Uranus, and Pluto. They all move a lot slower than the moon, the sun, Mars, Venus, and Mercury. And the reason why we look at them only and not at the fast-moving planets is lessons take time to crystallize, and phases and cycles take time. They take a few years. Whereas the fast-moving planets, they jump from one sign to the other very quickly, and they don't allow us enough time to actually get that lesson to its utmost depth. So, what are the milestones that each of us go through in our life? Now, I'm not going to give you the precise time and date for it, but I am going to give you the ears that you should be prepared for and be on the lookout for, and flow with them rather than try to fight the lessons that they are trying to teach you. Now, the first very important year in everyone's life is when they reach 14 years of age. That's when we have the first Uranus sextile in your natal chart. So we are talking about the relationship that the transiting Uranus forms with your natal Uranus. And we don't need to know anything else about your chart other than when you reach 14 years of age, and roughly like a year before that and a year after, you are already feeling the impacts of Uranus. Now, what is the lesson that Uranus sextiling itself wants to teach you? Separation from home, process of individuation. You are starting to understand your individuality. You are starting to become comfortable with it. You are trying to get out of the bosom of your family and detach yourself and show to the world that you are different. You are your unique person. You are your unique self. And it feels good. Now, when you reach 21 years of age, you've got your first Uranus square. So it's all good and fine that you're an individual and you want to be edgy and you want to be a rebel and you're not like everyone else. We know you're not like everyone else, but society is trying to tell you, look, we get that, but actually you have to conform. So the square, unlike the sextile, is a much more tense aspect. Therefore, you might be striving to still stay true to yourself and also fit in with the rest of the world. So that is the lesson, and that is the struggle. Squares are usually struggles, but they lead to progress. So ride the wave, find compromise, and find solutions. That's what at 21 years of age you should be focusing on doing. Now, around 24 years of age, 24 is usually a really good year. That's because we've got your first Jupiter, well, your second actually, because the first Jupiter return happens at 12, but you might not be as prepared for it as you are at 24 years of age. Now, what does the first Jupiter return bring to you? It brings opportunity. Jupiter is associated, well, it's well known for being the planet of good luck, and Sagittarius is the sign that rules good luck in general. However, Jupiter does not bring you good luck on a silver platter. What it does is it brings you opportunity, and sometimes opportunity can take many, many forms. For instance, at 24 years of age, I was made redundant from a fantastic job. I had like the best team ever. I was enjoying myself. I was working in television. It was great. And then we all got made redundant, and I took the decision that year to move to the UK, and it changed my life dramatically. And here I am now. And had I not noticed that opportunity, had I not treated it as an opportunity, I would have probably missed a train, missed the boat. And Jupiter brings you these kind of opportunities every 12 years. So even when they don't necessarily seem like they are good luck per se, I would say jump on it, take it. Making room for opportunities requires getting rid of something that was old and outdated in your life. Now, at 28 years of age, we have a Uranus trine. Uranus is the planet of the self, the individual, in its uniqueness, in its edginess, and at 28 years of age, we are finally coming to terms with who we are. We're starting to feel more and more okay with the fact that we are not like everyone else. We are proud of who we are. We are not afraid to fly our freak flag high, ideally. And it feels good, I would say. Now, at 30 years of age, we have the Saturn return, the first Saturn return. And a lot of people are so scared about it because Saturn is the great taskmaster, and it's generally seen as bringing difficulties into people's lives. It's seen as bringing harsh lessons. What happens around 30 years of age, because you do feel Saturn like coming closer and closer to the point where it was placed at the time when you were born, it might feel like a reality is striking, as if you're facing all these walls, all these limitations, all these restrictions around you, and life's not that rosy anymore. It doesn't feel so good. You might become a little bit disenchanted with your dreams, with your past wishes, with how you envisaged life to look for you at the time when you reached 30. However, this is not a time to lull. This is not a time to cry over spilt milk. This is a time to take your dreams and to take the circumstances of your current life and try to mix them together. Yes, it might mean that you have to let go of some of your past wishes, past dreams, past aspirations, but it also means that at 30 years of age, you are an adult and you have to find a way to make your ideas and your aspirations a reality. Saturn is the planet of reality. Saturn is the planet of structure and discipline, and we can only make our dreams a reality through hard work. The lessons that we need to learn at 30 years of age usually have to do with being disciplined, working hard because no one's going to hand anything to us, and accepting the fact that we cannot claim to be young anymore, and we cannot say, oh, I'm gonna do it when I grow up, oh, I've got time. No, actually, this is a time to realize that you don't have that much time, so make the most of it. Now, at 36 years of age, again, a really good year because you have your third Jupiter return, another opportunity handed to you. Are you going to be able to recognize it? Let me know. And we are reaching 41 and 42 years of age, and this is where Uranus is involved, Neptune is involved, and we have the so-called midlife crisis. Now, a lot of people do crazy things around that age. That's because we are trying to get rid of the things that don't represent us anymore throughout our lives. We are trying to figure out who we really are. Have we just conformed to what society has told us? Should we get rid of our job? Is this what we want to do? Should we get rid of our life partner? Is this the person that we want to spend the rest of our lives with? So it is a time of great upheaval, but also great transformation. And it's also a time when we start questioning our faith. Do we believe in God? What do we believe in? Are we still capable of living with the same belief system? It's a very interesting year, let me tell you this. Now, until 55, 56 years of age, I would say there aren't any other major milestones, except for when you reach 48, and again, you got your fourth Jupiter return, but the 56th and the 55th and the 56th years of age are usually the mellow years. Life is comfortable, you are who you are, you don't have to prove yourself to anyone anymore, and you feel good. You feel good with yourself. At 60 years of age, you have the second Saturn return, and we only go through 2 Saturn returns in our life, unless we live over the age of 90, which most of us are not gonna go past. At 6 years of age, you realize, oh my gosh, society, people are going to treat me as if I am an old person now. And some people might do stupid things around this time. Sorry, I'm being judgmental here, but yeah, I've experienced that firsthand in my family, and I'm not gonna get into the details of it, but the second Saturn return for my father in particular was quite hard on him, which made it quite hard on us as well, and alas, my mom and my dad got divorced. At 6 years of age, you're no longer young. You're going to be treated as an elder, and your mission now is not to feel threatened by the younger generations, and it's not to cling on to your old beliefs and the old ways of doing things. Your mission now is to focus on leaving something behind you, being a mentor, giving away, sharing your assets, your wisdom, your knowledge, and preparing yourself for eternity, because what you leave behind is the mark that you make upon eternity. And at 82, 83 years of age is when we have, at 82, we have Uranus and Neptune involved in the grand scheme of life again. And these years usually coincide from an astrological point of view with the closure of a cycle, the closure of our physical cycle on this planet. Yes, some people go through a rebirth because, hey, we've got Uranus who can revolutionize our take upon things. Yes, we have Neptune opposing its natal position, and that's when we realize we are not this body. We are spirit, we are soul, and we are part of this universe, and will always be, regardless of whether we're going to keep this body or not for a few more days, months, years to come. So this is the end of the cycle. Now guys, let me know if you've got any questions about the big milestones in life. Let me know if you're interested in finding out more about each of these planets and what they are trying to teach you. And I'm hoping you have enjoyed this video. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.